know, learn, and also even play this music. So அதை வந்து we thought we'll capture it in some form of print. ஒரு புக்காக போடலான் இருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா. So initially we didn't know how to come about doing this. இது என்ன ஒரு கைட் மாதிரி பண்ணுறதா இல்லை ஒரு டெக்ஸ்ட் புக் மாதிரி போடுறதா, or it should be like Narasimhan recollecting his own how he approached this concept, this idea in the methodology or this thing, எப்படி இதை கொண்டு வரலாம் அப்படின்னு. ஸோ we were going back and forth on initially the idea itself. அப்புறம் தான் we thought this is not kind of, I wouldn't say an experiment, it's just blending two systems. So that's a better word, because actually in the whatever the album that Narasimhan produced, he's actually blending it in the way it should be, because someone who knows both systems very well, both the Western harmony and also the Carnatic tradition. So when the book பண்ணோம்னா அதில் we thought it should also capture some memories of the string quartet. In fact, it's a kind of journey of this quartet, Madras String Quartet, how they started. I remember, sessions, me watching them playing in Narasimhan's house, practicing, and also the concerts. So that journey should also be captured, and also how he approached this and what led him to actually come up with this idea. And அதை வந்து ஒரு மியூசிக் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் how they can get benefited from that by actually seeing some pieces. அதை வந்து நல்லா இப்போ மாடர்ன் டெக்னாலஜி வந்தப்பறம் அந்த QR codes எல்லாம் இருக்குது. ஸோ you can actually when you actually read the book, you can scan the QR code, listen to the track, and maybe watch the video. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி இன்டராக்டிவாக we should do அப்படின்னு சொல்லி தான் we had lot of rounds of discussions along with Narasimhan. So finally, that's the product. That's what it has come out today. And also there's going to be another follow-up to this project, because already people who have heard on the YouTube and his CDs, especially Western musicians, they are very fascinated by this idea, because it is familiar to them and yet it's not familiar, because all the harmony and part playing எல்லாம் இருக்கு, but it sounds different for them. And for Carnatic musicians, it's the same thing. You can still play the thing, but the feel is you are playing a Tyagaraja Kriti, but you also hear something else. So அந்த ஒரு experience வந்து people should be able to do. அப்படிங்கிறதுனால there is a plan to like Narasimhan has notated the entire, all his 27 then Narasimhan 36 pieces in the string quartet arrangement. So ellame vandu score formula he has done it. He is in the process of completing it. So we want to bring out as part 2 for this thing, because the book la vandu it tells you the story, how he has come about, what led to doing this alla. The second one will be just the score itself. So a string quartet for musicians can come together and play this music. So that's more important, because from now onwards anyone anywhere in any part of the world can actually play this. So I'm very happy and thankful to Vasantha and Venkateshan and VS Narasimhan to sort of involve me in this in a very small way. Bulk of the credit goes to them, because it's like hard work, finding right from designing, finding a publisher, working with publishers. Working with publishers itself, it's another huge task, getting things done. And also to Mr. Gautam, who has been instrumental in this, really coordinating, including this event. So whatever, and I'm very privileged. I've learned music, but I don't practice music. I'm a classical guitarist. அதான் சொல்லியிருந்தேன், people like Narasimhan, classical guitarன்னு வந்ததுன்னா Chandrasekhar and Tangodare Samuel, people don't know them, because we know how much we used to play Trinity Collegeல போய் அங்கே உட்கார்ந்து அந்த பீஸ் எல்லாம் வாசிக்கச்சு. I keep recollecting all those great musicians and my piano teacher Jacob John. So and this Western classical music awareness எல்லாம் when I grew up in the Madras Chamber Orchestra, that's how I used to know them. அதெல்லாம் இப்போ இல்லை. இப்போ the access to, although ஆன்லைனில் இருக்கே தவிர ரியல் மியூசிக் நம்ம கேட்குறதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப குறைஞ்சி போயிடுது இங்கே சென்னையில். அந்த தட் அவேர்னஸ் அண்ட் இன்னொரு thing that always I think many of you would have seen, which also annoys me. Off late வந்து மியூசிஷியன்ஸ் இங்கே மியூசிக் தெரிஞ்சவங்க இந்த ஃபில்ம் மியூசிக்கில் ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டடாக இருக்கவங்கலாம் சொல்லுவாங்க, சார் நேற்றுக்கு அந்த பாட்டு கேட்டேன் அப்படியே சிம்ஃபனி வாசிட்டாங்க சார்பாங்க. என்னென்னா ஒரு 4 ஸ்ட்ரிங்ஸ் வந்து பின்னாடி மியூசிக் வந்து அது சிம்ஃபனி. அது இன்டர்வியூலாம் வருது, சார் உங்கள் கம்போஸில் அந்த பாட்டில் ஒரு சிம்ஃபனி வந்தது எப்படி சார்? அந்த கம்போசர் வந்து ஆமாம் அது நாங்கள் இந்த மாதிரி அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணேன் அப்படின்னு. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி அப்யூஸ் ஆஃப் வெஸ்டர்ன் மியூசிக் தான் இப்போ நிறைய இருக்குது இப்போது. ஸோ அதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் அனாயிங்காக இருக்குது. அண்ட் பீப்புள் கிரேட் கம்போசர்ஸ் அண்ட் அவங்க பீசஸ் எல்லாம் people like Madras Chamber Orchestra and Madras String Quartet have performed. It's unfortunate that legacy is slowly dwindling in Chennai. But I hope projects like this might inspire younger generation. Definitely there is scope for letting know people how great Carnatic music tradition is, as well as the Western classical tradition. And I hope that legacy will continue with these projects like this. So now the floor is with the Vira Nayagan, Mr. V.S. Narasimhan. Thank you so much.
Very good morning to all. Very happy for your all presence today. I would like to say some little things about the important little things about the book. Now, in the book எழுத ஆரம்பிச்சப்போ I had requested Guru Karakudi Mani to write a foreword for this book. He very readily accepted, and then in no time he had sent me the foreword. Unfortunately, he is not in our midst today, and I am very hopeful that he will be showering his blessings for the book and of all of us. The Madras String Quartet was a little bit, I'm thinking I am trying to make some short, brief history of what we did. Madras String Quartet was started in 1993 with Murli as second violin and Chandru on the viola and Shekhar on cello. And later on we are practicing. Then Hemant came into the second violin and we went on practicing chamber music quartets. At the same time, I was also studying a little bit of harmony and things like that. And with that harmony in my mind used to link the Carnatic pieces I had learned from a very young age. So naturally, I used to think how beautiful it would be if harmony is applied to the Carnatic music, I was thinking. So that how it began. And then at that time, I was also learning Western violin from my great teacher, Mr. Adrian Lemon, who gave me a solid foundation in Western violin. And also I was, on my own, I was studying harmony. So இதெல்லாம் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி when the Madras String Quartet was performing this string quartet performance, at the tail end we used to play one or two the Carnatic music blended with harmony and things like that. That was really taken very much by the audience, and that's how it gave me some solid interest to do more such things. And we had the chance to record an album, and that was happened to be listened to by the great tableist of the world, Mr. Zakir Hussain, and he wrote to me and saying, "What a magnificent work you have done, and you need tabla to for your accompaniment." And so like that, he sent a word to the great cellist of Yo-Yo-Ma and the great Russian violinist Maxim Rangwengarov, and then lastly the great conductor Mr. Zubin Mehta. So all of them very appreciatively wrote to me, and then I was thinking, oh yeah, we are doing on the right track. So that went on for a while. And that's how we are here today with so many performances and things like that. When we went and the string quartet performed outside India, we were very well received by the Indian combinations, Indian compositions combined by the Western harmonic principles. It was very nice, and I was very solidly supported by this support. And in the book, there is also the 72 Malagartha chart, both in Indian and Western notation, and about the rhythm, talas, and the time signatures. You can, if you look at the book, you can very well study about both the systems. And the tuning of the violin and the holding of the violin, all very nicely described. A very important feature of this book is the QR code, which is the idea of my nephew Rahul Iyengar, which has been inscribed into the book. That we'll try to find out. In the section counter melody, we have Raghuvamsha in page 45, play from 105. We listen to the counter melody.
This is Dave, head of marketing at a ketchup company, about to use Grammarly to handle a tight deadline. 2 weeks! Not ideal! Good thing Grammarly's tone suggestions can help move things forward, because conveying confidence can make the impossible feel possible.
We'll go to the next one. Is the Aparama Bhakti of Tyagaraja in the Raga Pantavaradi. Play from 328. Next in the section, Raga improvisation. In this, we see the sample of Raga improvisation from the Sri Mahaganapati from the beginning. Kudos to Sekhar for his alap.
Credit goes to you to get me to play.
The next one is Durga beginning.
My confidence reflected in my smile. But now,
While brushing, if you see blood, you may have gum problems. Plaque builds up on the gum line and weakens it. It may worsen over time, leading to tooth loss. Use Parodontax toothpaste. It's 4 times more effective in removing plaque. Parodontax.
Yeah, sorry about the YouTube ads.
Again, Shekhar. Then about the percussion effect, Ishani.
Fair warning, there might be another YouTube ad.
From 55. Next is Vatapi from beginning. Next, Jnana Musagarada. Play from 144.
In 2023, if you are not using AI for your creating your PowerPoints, then you are wasting.
Then voices, both male and female, Telisirama.
తెలిసి రామచింతనతో నామము తెలిసి రామచింతనతో నామము చేయవే ఓ మనసా శ్రీరామచింతనతో నామము చేయవే ఓ మనసా
Next is Amma by Bombay Jayashree. Then we go to the Varnams in multi-tempo. Yavari Bodhana in Abogi. Frame 135.
No, I can at least mute it. You still have to tolerate visuals.
Jalajakshi, 125. Next, the a cappella Brova Bharama.
Once everything
will ensure.
Brova Bharama Bharama Brova Bharama Brova Bharama Brova Bharama Brova Bharama Raghurama Brova Bharama Raghurama Brova Bharama Raghurama Brova Bharama Raghurama Bhuvanamillanivai nannokani Brova Bharama Raghurama Bhuvanamillanivai nannokani Brova Bharama Raghurama Bhuvanamillanivai nannokani Brova Bharama 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 Bharama
Then move on to thoughts on innovative features. The string quartet can do like this, lot of interpolating harmony to the existing great Carnatic compositions. From string quartet we can expand to chamber orchestra, and from chamber orchestra we can expand to a symphony orchestra. These are all the probable. They keep atonal works also. From atonals, some may like, some may not like. So for who don't like atonal works, that can be symphonies incorporating Carnatic music can be another possibility. And about violin holding posture, Indian and Western tradition is also explained. And in Indian tradition, of lately they have started incorporating an extension for the scroll. that many people have followed it, and even very well-known violinists also have experimented with, I think, and then they perform so well. And it is best for people crouching and then playing like this, and the violin becomes a little longer, and then they are able to play in a good manner. And also, Carnatic music should welcome more lower frequencies, I think. That's in the book. The viola is the one, but normally not many have taken up to viola. Youngsters should take up viola and then bring the real quality of the viola sound, and as accompaniment, and also as for the accompaniment for the female artists. Viola is really a very beautiful thing, and also as solo performance. So viola is a fantastic frequency. And then after viola, cello is very, very sought after Carnatic instrument, I think. That Carnatic should be cello should be brought in very much cello should be brought into Carnatic music. Lately I have been listening to Hindustani music played by two of the great Indian foreigner cellists playing Hindustani music. They are all two students by N. Rajam. So they play so beautifully. Actually, the cello sounds very beautiful for Hindustani music. So I think as Shekhar has done a small raga improvisation, that sounds so beautiful. And if it is brought out in a full-fledged form in Carnatic music, it'll be wonderful as an instrument, as an accompaniment, also for solo purpose. So these are the innovative things. And not only cello, but bass is also a possibility. Because recently I have been, not recently, many years ago, you would have seen, some of you would have seen cello being performed Carnatic music on this same platform in this stage. So it was Gabriel Dharmu. He was playing very beautifully. He learned from me for 1 year or so, and he gave a very good performance. And also, I'm talking about bass. Recently, I have been teaching a bass player from Australia, online. He played, recently I heard him play Saramati's Mokshamugalada on the bass, double bass. So these are all possibilities which should be encouraged to youngsters. I think viola, cello and bass all should be brought into Carnatic music in a prominent way. And another innovative feature should be when classical music vocal performance is done, the lyrics can be projected in a scrolling fashion. So people will be able to enjoy what the lyrics is singing, and it will come very what is the word they are singing, and the emotion from the words coming from out. These are all very beautiful things to be what we should innovative way it should come. So these are all the things have been in the book. So I think that we come to the end of this outline of the book.
small demo. Hi, my name is Gautam and I've been supporting Narasimhan sir with all his musical ventures. Are you not able to hear me? Okay. Oh, right, I did not realize that, sorry. Hello, hi, my name is Gautam again and I've been working with Narasimhan sir and supporting his musical ventures for about last 10-12 years, I guess. And one of the core features of this published book is the QR code, because we wanted to make this book accessible to everybody in the world and which cuts across all generations. So we, his nephew Rahul Iyengar's, based on his inputs, we thought we should include QR codes to the video for the music examples which he just played now. It's also available in the book, and you can scan the QR code using your mobile phone. So anyone reading the book can just open the QR code. Everybody, almost 90% of the population today has a smartphone. They can use the QR code scanner or open their camera and scan. It will automatically take you to the video. Whichever song or the track is mentioned in the book, it will directly take you to YouTube and you can play it. We'll do a small demo. I can scan it on my mobile and I can just show it to you here. This is one of the tracks featured in the books. So I have an iPhone. iPhone has a dedicated QR code scanner. So you just scan the QR code. It automatically takes you to YouTube. Similarly, there is another track. Basically what this enables is, while you're reading the book, if you want to check out the music is like the integral part of whatever you will be learning or reading through this book, right? So it doesn't completely take you away from the zone, and yet you can continue to listen to the music while reading the book. So that is the objective of having QR codes. And the QR codes is also available on both print version and the ebook digital version. The ebook version, it's also enabled as a link. For example, in case you're reading the book on an iPad or a Kindle, you could just click on the QR code and automatically open the YouTube app or YouTube in your browser on your device. Or you can also use your other device, mobile phone, and scan the QR code and still be able to listen to the music. So that's one of the highlighting features of this book, which I wanted to specifically mention. And now we'll do a photo session. Sorry for the Generation Z language. Photo session and book signing with Narasimhan sir. Anybody who wants to buy the book, I have a book counter right outside this door, and we have a QR code. You can use Google Pay or Phone Pay to pay for the book and buy. Or anyone who wants to order it later, I'll give you the links. It's available at Notion Press, on Amazon and Flipkart as well. Any of your friends who live abroad, they can also buy the books from these portals, Amazon or Flipkart, both ebook and printed versions. So thank you. Let's begin with the photo op.
I would like to pay thanks to the following persons. I would like to thank my sister Vasanta Iyengar for making me write this book. She has done a wonderful work, and also my brother-in-law, Dr. G.V. Iyengar, and my nephew Rahul Iyengar. Also, my lot of support from my other sister, Sudha Rao and Surya Narayan Rao. And I miss a very great friend at this juncture. I miss the guitarist Chandrasekhar. He has done wonderful work. All my albums I used to record at home because the string quartet, we could have done all the four of us going to the studio and then record. That we tried. That we not work it out. Because four of us should assemble, practice, book a studio, and then go there and perform and play as many times as possible to get the best out of it. It was not working. We tried. So we didn't work it out. So what we did, at home, I started performing on my computer from first violin. From morning till night, I used to play small portions, and then first violin I did record it. Maybe next day I recorded second violin, and when at my own leisure, and then I played a viola part. So all the first violin, second violin, viola part I played, and then took it to Chandrasekhar's place, and also and Shekhar came and played the cello part at my place, and I took all the four parts and went to Chandrasekhar's place, and then he did a wonderful job. He took time. It took time, and he blend it forth in a whatever fantastic way. He's a perfectionist. So he took a lot of time in coordinating the four in a very beautiful way, and then he was responsible for bringing out such beautiful result from our album. So the credit goes to Mr. Chandrasekhar. We miss him all. I pay a great tribute to him. And also, when we started Madras String Quartet, I wish to thank Murali, second violin, and Hemant, also later on second violin, and Ms. Chandru on viola, and then later on for our abroad tour, Mohan on second violin, and Satish Kumar on viola, and always Shekhar was always there. So all these members have contributed immensely for the bringing of the string quartet. So I give greetings to all, to them, everybody. That's it. Huh?
So, whoever wants to share their thoughts about anything you would like to, about the book, about his music and anything, you are welcome to take the dais. Shekhar sir, please.
Good morning, everybody. The new thought of this book, I am really happy. This was happened in a correct time, in a correct manner, with a lot of advanced QR codes and all these things. I want to thank to Vasanta and her husband and Mr. Narasimhan who made me to play. Actually, he is the one who behind everything. Adding to this, how Madras String Quartet formed. That is the news. After Madras Chamber Orchestra was broken for so many other reasons, then we are always playing together for Ilayaraja and we are talking together. Then one day he said, why don't we form string quartet? Mr. Narasimhan only initiated. Then I thought, okay. Then I called Murali. Then I called Chandru, who is playing violin. I made him to play viola. So These are the things happening. We went abroad. So many appreciations, so many appreciations. All the credit goes to Mr. Narasimhan, who, what a painful time he has taken to arrange all these things and made us to play and make us to get into the groove. It is very, Sri Mahaganapati, if you hear it, it is very, very difficult piece to play, Sri Mahaganapati. And another one is Subramanya Namaste, which all made into play. In Singapore, there is a standing ovation. There is a man in the audience who is also here, Mr. Vijay, in that concert. So he is a guitarist and he is the son of M.K. Radha, great. So these are the things. This is the thing, and I am very, very happy to be here today. Before that I cannot come for this function, but beautifully, somehow it is made up to attend today. So Madras String Quartet is formed like that, 1993, April 14th. That is the date. You mark it. 1993, April 14th. First album, Resonance, 2000 year, January 6, 7, 9. That is the dates, all these things. Then other Western instruments we played. Then electronically we played. Luckily he doesn't know cello. That's why I was playing that part. Otherwise he would have been played all the parts. Fortunately or unfortunately, he doesn't know cello. And mind it, I am using his father's cello only last 25 to 30 years. It was given by Narasimhan. The same cello also played by Gabriel Dharmo. So he got the connection with the cello, but he doesn't play cello. It is good for me to play, and again, and thank you very much for the wonderful opportunity for me.
Also, I would like to make another announcement. After this book, I'm going to publish the entire score of maybe 30 to 36 compositions arranged for string quartet. Is going to come out as in a score and also as parts that people can later on buy it. And it was the quartet music was demanded by many Western musicians who cannot play the gamakas. So for them to play the typical gamakas of the Indian ornaments, it's also there we have done it. And after the gamakas is being learned, and people can play the quartet music. So it's very nice for the musicians who are not in India, but the musicians from abroad can also can play the quartet in the thing. And also this string quartet music can also be expanded to chamber orchestra.
Hello, I'm Shamla, Vasanta's friend, a very dear friend. So I claim also to be Narasimhan's sister. Vasanta was talking about bringing people together, bringing countries together, and also bringing Carnatic music and Western music together. But I like to add one more. It is bringing bridges of love and respect between siblings. I've seen the love and the respect between Vasanta and Narasimhan. It's exemplary. I love these two people so much for the respect and the love they have for each other. And today's session has taken us all to another world altogether. It's heavenly. And I thank Narasimhan for that. Thank you very much. Narasimhan, I'll take it.
Namaskaram everybody. I'm here more in my capacity as an academician than as an artist. இப்போ வெஸ்டர்ன் மியூசிக்கில் நிறைய புக்ஸ் இருக்குது, இந்த தியரி ஆஃப் ஹார்மோனி எல்லாம் படிக்கிறதுக்கு. And each one of... Oh, sorry, I'm Professor Deepak from IIT Madras, and I have I did my PhD in Western Music Theory and Composition from the University of Alberta. Right now I'm teaching at IIT Madras. And I have been a long time admirer of Mr. Narasimhan. And I had the blessing of, I always used to tell him, I want to have your darshan. That's the word I used to use. And I saw him 3 weeks ago, I think, in Bangalore. I went to his place. Those who are not familiar with Western music will know in the Western music system you reduce everything to minor and major, and you have the stress release, you have this harmonic acceleration, rhythmic acceleration. But to do this for Carnatic music within the boundaries, within the strictures of raga is an unthinkable task. And what you are hearing is it's a phenomenon in itself. And I'm really, really thankful to Narasimhan sir, and we need his blessings. And I hope, I don't know how this book is priced, please make sure that it is accessible. Because in the West, it has become a scandal. These Western music theory books have become a scandal. I'm not joking. There is one book that got recently released on conducting. It's priced $980 US. I'm not joking. Yeah, so this is really a great contribution, not just to musicians, artists, but even to academicians. So I extend my heartfelt thankfulness and pranams to Narasimhan sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks to Mr. Narasimhan and Dr. Vasanthi. I am Vasanti's classmate. My name is Dr. Santosh Kumar. I am in Tambram. I am a Veena Vidwan, general physician, surgeon, Veena Vidwan, vocal Vidwan also, Carnatic. So I want to ask Mr. Narasimhan, is there any role of Veena in your system of music? That's what I want to know in future. Yes, I can sing, I can play lakhs of songs in Veena. Self-learned, no guru, nothing.
You can play
because
online, you will do the
both cinema and classical music, thousands are there with me. Even last year I have been to Tiruviyaru to sing the Pancharada Kirtanas. This year I am not going tomorrow. I am not going, I am not well. So I want to ask you, Mr. Narasimhan, any role of Veena, please tell me. I will come and help you. Vasanthi. Thank you, Vasanthi. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Early afternoon to every one of you. Shekhar is just thinking in his mind, how long will I talk? Hours, seconds, years, decades, centuries will go on when we talk about music and particularly about violin. When you talk about violin, you cannot miss Narasimhan sir. He has become synonymous, and I am very emotional today because whatever has been in my cerebral circuit of what is to be done, which could not be done by me because I continued to be a Rasika from my childhood days. And whatever tunes, whatever imaginations, where I don't know basic notes of music even today, that has come out in the audio. What is required is the generosity, the humbleness, which you can't find with many of the musicians because most of them are under the impression that they know everything. But here, we have got a person on Mount Everest and still he says, I am below the supernatural power. It is very difficult to find such a person. Everybody can play notes, everybody can play to perfection. Now thanks to the technological innovation in recording systems. But the genetic influence of Carnatic music and the Western classical, I have seen on print in the City Entertainment column in the Hindus in the late 70s, the Madras Philharmonic Choral Society, conducted by Narasimhan sir. And people used to wonder how Narasimhan became the conductor of MPCS, where in the previous history all the conductors of the MPCS were only Western music classical people who were all groomed by the church chorals. But here is our person who knows everything and still says, I don't know anything about it. So it's been a great pleasure, and I'm sure upcoming musicians with open mind should read the book, revise the book, and start playing and giving new versions of what Narasimhan sir has made it as a beginning today. We should all be open-minded, and we should not have any fanatical thoughts or fanatical reservations in music. And I still feel this music, Narasimhan sir can write any number of notes and distribute these notes to any number of instruments, not only restricting to string, but also into other instruments which are available. My sincere, dedicated prayer to the divine today is that Narasimhan sir should be blessed in abundance by his family deity, ancestors and guru, to have a prosperous, healthy life, so that this knowledge transfer goes down the line even to the first person who starts his violin lessons or music lesson from day one. Appreciation from musicians and appreciation from all people is all secondary. You can't just hesitate to appreciate such a music. So I am very happy that Narasimhan sir has relocated to Bangalore but still come to Chennai with a lot of generosity. See, he can always say, I'll have a video conference, I'll talk to all the people, connect online. He need not come. But the initiative to come, I am very sad to find there are only handful of people today who are here to know what he has done. So I expect every one of us to spread this message to all the upcoming and other musicians, to say, this is what has been done and this is the only man who has done this. So we need to grow to higher altitudes by developing this. So no question of conservatism, no question of tradition on all this. Music is divine. Musicians are divine messengers. There is no doubt in this, whether it is Western or Hindustani or South Indian classical. So I thank every one of you and Veena Bala to have brought me here today despite my delay. And seeing Narasimhan sir is something which you can see a representative of the divine. I forcibly cut short my presentation for the only reason of time, as well as it will go into volumes. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, I am Dr. David Arbanayagam. I'm MD in General Medicine. I retired as a professor from Annamalai University. To make it very short, I got in touch with him when I had a small tragedy in my academic career and I was very depressed, and my colleague Jawahar does not know it happened in ICMR. So he helped me to overcome this. He doesn't know this happened. So I went for some few violin classes, and unfortunately I got a job in Malaysia and had to go. Then I came back in 1990. I joined Annamalai University. I wanted the name professor in my tombstone. So joined there before they asked for money. And then I was one-eyed man in a place where nobody has got eyes. So with some knowledge of music, they made me the university cultural coordinator. And then I wanted to bring him to the stage to show the university people that you are all not listening to quality music. This is the correct music. And to cut it short, the Vice Chancellor was very cooperative. In October, I think 2003, October 2nd or something, 3rd or something, we had it. October 2029. Okay. Now, he tells me that is the first program of Madras String Quartet. I didn't know that. So, thank you very much. And he came for only the traveling amount only. And Guitar Chandrasekhar brought them in his own car. And he did the filming, and the whole thing was spoiled. The point is this. The message was taken so well because I was having butterflies in my stomach, about 200 to 300 students. And you know how students can behave if the music is not up to what they want. Because that is the time when they wanted all this type of music. Like he said, with few strings, they call it a symphony. And it was literally, and the Vice Chancellor was shocked. He said, I don't know anything about music, let's start the show. He didn't. We had the first session, and they played Virja and something from. Yes. He played that, and then they went on to Carnatic music, the same, resonance. And when they played that, I was literally shivering, like I hide my emotions. It was amazing, and it was so good that the students asked questions. First question was, how many mics did you use? And we said, no mic was used. Then the Vice Chancellor was an engineer. No mics, sir. And then they could not believe that when notes are harmonized, it carries a different volume. And I'm so thankful for having come and graced the occasion. There's so much I can tell, but I can ask you one question, like he asked you whether Veena can be incorporated. I find that this slide Hawaiian guitar is quite capable of bringing out a lot of the nuances of Carnatic music, and the theremin which you introduced me to, that also can take out a lot of this gamakas and all. So I was just giving you that idea. There's so much I want to talk, but like he said, I want to force myself to stop it here. Thank you very much.
Still the video is available.
Yes.
You send it.
Good morning. My name is Sivakumar. I'm a lawyer by profession. I'm here purely in my capacity as a Rasika. I've just learned Carnatic music for a few years, and then the pandemic stopped that. In the long queue which is there of the fans of Madras String Quartet and Mr. Narasimhan, my brother and I insist that we are number 1 and number 2 in that queue. My brother sent me a message he got from a professional musician. It's not fair for me to identify that person, but I wanted to share this sentiment. And this person says, after Yehudi Menuhin and Pandit Ravi Shankar, this is the only genuine conversation between Carnatic and Western art music. Everything else belongs to the sewage. The other sentiment I want to share is that we keep reading and hearing about UNESCO's intangible heritage. For me, at least, Mr. Narasimhan and the Madras String Quartet are part of Chennai and Carnatic music's intangible heritage. Thank you, sir.
My name is Madan Chandar, and I'm as a performer, I'm in the movies and this thing. 1 second. And as the previous speaker, lawyer said, actually the music is that's the only the undercurrent which is now the connecting us. Narasimhan, I heard about him being in the field as a performer. Even though I'm a banker, I'm also into the movies. And lately I also entered, as he said, but I persuaded, I thought I could, why we have to be a Rasika? Why don't we learn the music? Then I started, at the age of 50 I started then. Then actually what I'm able to say, even I'm experiencing, those who are in my strategy, they will be experiencing it. Because I have to, whatever the backlog, I have to catch up. What are the students they are learning now? Sarali Varisai, Janda Varisai, Gachistai, all these things I have to, it is that. But one advantage is that they are just like a parents, the kids, they are doing only, the parents, they are putting their abhilasas on them. For, of course, in today's world, it's all competitive world, prices, so many things are super things. They put the, abhilasas to them, and they are simply learning it without any logical or any this thing. So simply they learn. But after the age, after 50 or something like that, we know all that. லக்ஷண சங்கீதம் மட்டும்தான் தெரியும். லக்ஷண சங்கீதம் பசங்கள்லாம் படிக்குமே, லட்சிய சங்கீதம் வந்து தெரியாது. அது வந்து நிறைய டெமோ அதெல்லாம் போனால் நிறைய பிக்கப் பண்ணலாம். இந்த ஆர்கே கன்வென்ஷனில் வந்து ஐ ஹவ் அட்டெண்டட் லாட் ஆஃப் இது பண்ணியிருக்கேன். தேங்க்ஸ் டு ராமகிருஷ்ணன் சார், ஹி அரேஞ்ச் சச் அ ப்ரோக்ராம் ஹியர். அதில் திஸ் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த பெஸ்ட் திங் ஐ பிலீவ். ஏன்னா பிகாஸ் சாகித்யம் இல்லாதப்போ சவுண்டு வந்து ஆன்சிலரி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வோக்கல் எடுக்கும்போது அது வந்து ஒரு மியூசிக் ஆன்சிலரி வந்து இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட் தான் வைப்பாங்க. ஏன்னா சாகித்யம் அந்த சவுண்டை வச்சு தான் நம்ம போகணும். ஒய் ஐ எம் டெல்லிங் இந்த வயலில் இந்த இதில் இந்த ஸ்கேல் இப்படி போகணுங்கிறது சார் இது சொல்லியிருக்காரு, டெமோலே இருக்கும். ஸோ அதை பிச்சிங் கரெக்ட் பண்ணிவிட்டு இந்த ஸ்கேலில் போகும்போது ரியலி ஹெல்ப்ஸ் அஸ். முதல்ல பிச்சிங், அப்புறம் இந்த ஸ்கேல், இந்த இதுலேருந்து இவ்வளோ தான் போகணும், பக்கத்தில் தான் போகணும் வந்து. ஸோ தேட் ஐ லேர்ன்ட், திஸ் இஸ் ஆஃப் ரியலி பெரிய ஒரு ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட் வந்து இது வந்து ரியலி ஐ எம் அட்வான்ஸ். இன்ஃபேக்ட் நான் கூட நான் இது பண்ண வந்து. ஸோ மியூசிக் வந்து இட் ஷுட் பி ஒரு கரிக்குலம் இருக்கணும். எவ்ரிபடி சுட், ரசிகா இல்லாமல் எவ்ரிபடி சுட் பி லேர்னிங் இட். ஏன்னா இது வந்து நமக்கு ஒரு பெரிய இட் கிவ்ஸ் எ செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் அண்ட் இட்ஸ் எ பூஸ்டிங். அந்த இது எனக்கு கிடைச்சிது இன்றைக்கி வந்து. தேங்க்ஸ் டு ஆர்கே சார் ஃபார் கன்வீனிங் திஸ் திங் and Narasimhan sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, just I come out of it, reflexively I come out of it. This is the thing.
Namaste. I feel very fortunate to be here today. Narasimhan has been a great source of he has been the role model for musicians, and I have seen him practice in the recording studios whenever there's even a small gap of 5 minutes. And sometimes we used to sit together, talk about music, and also listen to him playing all styles of music. Maybe 5 minutes of Varali and 5 minutes of Miyanki Manhar. It has been a great source of inspiration for me. For more than 40 years, I've been with him now. Such a great musician, still humble. That's a hallmark of Narasimhan. Talking about the book, I have not gone through it, but from what people say and talk, I can understand that anybody, for a Carnatic musician, he is able to understand the Western music part of it, and for a Western musician who has learned Western music can understand the beauty of Carnatic gamakas. It goes together, binding both styles of music. And that will be a great advantage for people to learn. Either a Carnatic musician to learn the Western part of it, or the Western musician to learn the beauty of gamakas. And I don't think you can get such a book. And you got a QR code, as they say, which simultaneously helps you to both read and also to listen to the music simultaneously, and which makes you better off in your knowledge. And talking about, apart from music, I'm very fortunate that I want to tell, with your permission, I'm very fortunate to have Narasimhan's fathers go to them as my veena. Narasimhan was, he loves me so much. I'm very happy and fortunate to say that I'm very fortunate to get the instrument. Narasimhan rang up and said, I want to give it to you. And when I went to his house with my son Sriram, he gave both 2 Gotuvadyams to me so that I will keep it, I will maintain the Gotuvadyam as Veena, because I don't know to play Gotuvadyam. I made both Veenas into, both Gotuvadyams into Veena, and one is with Sriram and the other is with me. And thank you, sir. And I want to thank Narasimhan sir for making Sriram also a part of this album. And so kind of you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks, Shekhar, for giving an introduction. And as it is nearing lunchtime, I really want to make this very short. Most important thing, humility. The word humility, if I see in my dictionary, it says V.S. Narasimhan. There are great artists, but a great artist with humility, it is very rare in this field. And I think he has achieved that cadre, and he is more than a brother to me. Actually, he has been my role model in certain ways. Like when I am conveying the music to my students, I follow his method of silence and observation. And one most important thing as a musician working with him, I found that he has a score for both Western as well as Carnatic. If you are able to read Western notes, Western music is there. If you want to play Carnatic, Carnatic is there. Including Kannada, yeah. Many more must be, I don't know. So he's a various talented resource for all musicians, and this venture of this book is going to hit the world, and I'm sure that it will bring a lot of allocates to Mr. Narasimhan, and I take his blessings.
I am here as a Rasika of music. It was my good fortune that I could persuade him to have the string quartet to play in this stage, on this stage, as early as maybe 2012. Then all these 4 of you, Shekhar, Chandru and Hemant, all played here 3 years continuously. No, that is something very valuable. That was the first time I did my webcast from this place, and that was seen all over the world. And I also received some calls, probably from your sister, to say that they could see something like, I'm talking about 2013. So it is his string quartet was one of the first to do it. And here he introduced, what is her daughter's name? Samyukta. Also he introduced her, and she is doing so very well now. And Sir has given a wonderful lecture in 2014, how to play, how to tune in Western and still play a Carnatic music without changing anything in it. He has given a wonderful lecture. It's on YouTube in my channel. It was attended by all great violinists. V.V. Subramaniam and various other people, all leading violinists had come and attended. They were all said, what we do is nothing from whatever he has done like. So I have been persuading Sir to do this again, come back and do this string quartet again. But he says, the team is not yet ready, I will come back, and now that is gone. But whatever it is, whatever happened, I have been very happy. And secondly, this book has been talking. Actually, we wanted to release this book probably during the season time, and somehow it didn't work out that time. Fortunately, today it has come, I think this is one of the finest books. Anybody can, who is so capable of writing, putting together and bringing out the film. And so everything is not only theoretical, but also practically he knows both the things. He is the right person. And I wish today more violinists, more Carnatic music people had come. So many, followers are there. All those people should have come. Only hope they are watching online. That's all. Let the message reach whoever it is. I'm thankful to you, sir, for making this place again to release it.
Make it very short. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rex Isaacs. I'm a violinist by profession. Long back, I think it was in early 70s, 1970s. I'm a Malayali from Cochin, actually. Those days we used to listen to film music. You see, there were very great composers like Devarajan, Babiraj, Dakshinamurthy, all real giants, you see. Among them was M.B. Srinivasan as well. So, of course, during college days and all, we used to have these concerts. We call it Ganamela. In Chennai, we call it Kacheri. There, it is Ganamela. So, we used to select super hits of various composers, coordinate it, and have a concert. So, of course, Devarajan was assisted by Arkay, that is Rahman's father. Even Dakshinamurthy was mainly assisted by Arkay. So, we had a set of assistants and composers as well. They would gel very well, all of them. At the time, I noticed something. M.B. Srinivasan's music sounded a little different, sound-wise. So we went into it. The chords used, some fourths, added sixths. All this started appearing. It was totally different from the hitherto type of assistant. So we were anxious to know what exactly is this. So, and somebody said, "Idinte poragil oru genius undu. Oru cherupakkarananu, melinju pokkulla oru violinist aanu." You know who told me that? That was Yeshudas who told me that. Yeah, understand? Because I knew Yeshudas quite well. He used to play for his concerts and all right from my college days. So I asked Yeshudas, there's some difference in the orchestration of M.B. Srinivasan. And he is the one who said, there's a lean, melinju pokkulla, sundaranayittulla oru violinist undu. Adu oru thale kallananu. That means something who has got something real up, something solid in his brain. So he is the assistant. That's why you hear that. But I hadn't met him. Anyhow, when Madras Chamber Orchestra came to Cochin, I think that was sometime mid-70s or so, I met him at the Fine Arts Hall. We were there flabbergasted listening to the Madras Chamber Orchestra sound, you see. Of course, we listened to something on the radio and all that's different. To listen to some live orchestra, that was my first experience in Cochin. There I met him at the backstage. He may not remember. Of course, he was there, Jerry was there, Malcolm was there, all big people. Joe was there, we call him Kulan Joe. But the sound was really fabulous, you see. So that's the time I met him in person, shook hands, and then left. And 1986, when I joined the film industry here, that is 1986, I had the opportunity to play with him alongside with Raja, so many other composers. I don't know how he was tolerating all the nonsense that was happening in the studio those days. Because it's like that. The music, you see, at the early stages we get it, we don't know what it is. We have to go through that on and on. He'll just have a glance at the music and then reading something else, something on his computer, because this was all child's play for him, first attempt. But again, ultimate sound, we all got along very well. He tolerated us. We played together, so many other places. I played for his recordings when he became a composer, and that was a totally different experience. He drilled us through all the intricacies until it sounded perfect, 100%. So that is Narasimhan, and of course, I already got the book online. I went through that hasty reading, couldn't get anything out of it. So I told him, again I have to go page by page. Each page, think about it, what exactly is the content of it, and try to grasp as much as possible from that. I am a Western wireless player who is not much into gamagas and all, you see. But even then we handle some ragas and all because so many songs are raga based. We try to manage something, trying to emulate that. But that's not the perfect way of rendering, I know. So I told him this morning, I am 75 now. I'm going to try ragas hereafter. Let me see how well. Okay, Narasimhan, thank you so much for the companionship, all the good wishes that you have bestowed on us, and being a good friend and co-worker as well. God bless you. And a special thanks to your sister, who has been a mentor in every aspect, because I know how much she aims at your welfare and how hard she works for it. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். I am here not as any music professional or anything. I love music. We all grown up with, from villages, we have grown up with film music, that too MGR songs. But I am here on the basis, sir, now we are the proud owners of where he lived. Still his spirit is there. When I went to that flat to see, I am told it belongs to sir. Then we decided, despite constraints, we have to buy and we have to live there with their music spirit. I am thankful to sir and sister, Mr. Venkatesh sir. We are proud to be there. We will cherish and we will keep that spirit and that flat. Thank you.
So I think we have come to the end of this morning session. Thank you all from my heart. I thank everyone who has come, taking the pains to come over here and make this a grand success. Thank you all.